Have we spent enough time with it to know if it's worth it or worthless? Weighing in at a whopping 1,100 bucks right now. March Madness sale. It's the Onexplayer 2. Let's go. DJ back in the building yet again. Alrighty, let's go ahead and just start with the outside of it. The screen, 8.4 inches, 2560 by 1600. Speakers, tuned by Harman. A kickstand. Detachable controllers. Xbox button layout. You got a USB-C 4 point at the top, a USB-C 3 at the bottom, charging, docking or whatnot, and then you got all your buttons. Well, not all your buttons, but we'll get into that later. Speakers, intake vents, and all that good stuff. And on the inside, you got the AMD Ryzen 7 6800U processor with 12-core RDNA2 graphics, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and up to 2 terabytes of storage. That's not the one I got. I got the base model. You got a 65.5 watt battery, Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.2, and it goes up to 28 watt TDP. All right. Now, what you get in the box? You get the console, you get the controllers, you get the manual, and then you get a 100-watt charger. All right, now let's just get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's start with the top. These buttons, they're not volume buttons. They are keyboard button and a back button. They're not volume buttons, which is dumb. So if you want to turn up the volume mid-game or turn down the volume in a mid-game, you have to press a button, this one, and then you could do that mid-game. You could exit out. And those are like the only two ways that I have. Those are the only two ways that I have figured out how to turn up the volume while you're in the game. These aren't volume buttons. That's just dumb. You got what are these buttons for? Basically, kind of the same thing. Turn off the lights, and then this is a function button. It doesn't change these functions. But look, you press it again, yeah, and the keyboard pops up. I mean, how many ways do you need to click the keyboard in? But the function button is to turn it from a controller to a pad or a mouse, keyboard and mouse, basically. Like, why do you need that? These should have been volume buttons, which that's just dumb. I didn't like it. And another gripe is everybody already knows these aren't Bluetooth. They don't have no batteries in them. You can't turn them on, so they detach. For what? we know why, but they detach. I guess maybe you want it in TV mode. You're sitting here watching a TV show. So when I'm recording this, they only work attached. We're waiting. We're gonna keep waiting for it for the rail system So, and that brings me up to they didn't give it to us yet. It's not out yet. I don't know what's going on with that. All right, and that brings me on to my next point. My black controllers are perfectly fine. I got no problems out of them, and the only problem I got is with the white ones. Is that dashing forward and he jumps, so which is kind of weird, but it's just okay. And then I go in there to calibrate it to see what's going on with it, and it's not lined up perfectly, so in like the middle or not, so it's already up a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see that over here. It's so every time I go over here, it's they would jump. I mean, I don't have that problem with the black ones, only the white ones, and it's only really noticeable in fighting games, but I had to tell you that. So I don't use the white ones when I'm playing fighting games, to tell you that much. But it's a minor but big problem. It's just I probably got to recalibrate and restructure, but I figured I should tell you guys. Just all right, and we're gonna keep going. And the next one, I got pro. It could be a pro for you guys. It can be a con, so it could go in either category. It's got the 6800U in it. It's the same chip as last year, so you're basically getting almost or not as much, or even more in that area. I haven't really compared the two. Let's just go with the aokzoe. The performance is kind of still the same for about $1,100, and it's a sale right now. But it originally retails for $1,250. I mean, I figured, isn't there like a new chip out, a new Ryzen chip out? There's nothing wrong with the chip. The chip is great. The games work pretty much well. It performs just as good, if not better, than the aokzoe, but it's just still using the same chip. Take that with a grain of salt, good or bad, it's up to you. It is definitely up to you. All right, I can stop bashing it now. Now I can start putting it on the pedestal. All right, let's start with the controllers. Even though we already said a bunch of negatives about them, they feel good. They feel good. I just wish they had a battery rhythm and you could detach them. Or I mean, you can detach them. If you could play with them detached, dope. But sitting here playing with them feels good in the hands. You don't need grips for them, or I don't. I mean, I wish we had a case or something, but I digress. They feel nice. They're comfortable. They work well. And after that, you got and next is you guys seen the unboxing. It came with a case, screen protectors, skins. Even though I suck putting it on, that don't mean it didn't come with it. And a shirt, a hat, but all that doesn't mean nothing for this. And secondly, is that the possibilities of more accessories coming out for this thing, like pro controllers for it, pro Joy-Cons, upgrading these ones, putting batteries in them, making them a lot better. It has a lot of room to grow, I guess. Since it just came out, it's still a bunch of updates. They're working on new software for it. So it can only get better. The speakers on this bad boy works well. For me, it does. I haven't had no problems with them. They're nice. They're deep. They sound well. It's just turning up the volume now. D-pad. They work well. The next one is you can hook it up externally to a GPU, dock it, do whatever you want with it, boost the power and performance of it a lot more. Another one, tablet mode. If you just wanted to watch a TV show or whatever, you wanted to do some work on it with the keyboard and what stuff, which I don't have, but I do got the pen. It's around here somewhere, but I haven't used it yet. And you can just sit up and do some work. No controllers attached to it at all. That's cool. I mean, they do detach. You can't use them when you detach them, but they do that. So that is a pro. Kickstand. Kickstand is always a plus. especially if you're having a tabletop handheld device. You can't go wrong with a kickstand. That should be industry standard on all these powerful handheld devices, because you don't want to have to set it down while it's on and then choke out the airflow, and then now you're losing frames per second. Now you're losing FPS. Because the only two ways I figured you drop FPS in mid-game all the way down is you're choking off the airflow or it's about to die. And another one is, I have opened it. You can open it up and you can upgrade it to 2 terabyte storage. Now getting to it is a problem because you got like 30 screws on the outside and 26 on the inside, but you can still upgrade it to 2 terabytes. But once you get in, it's not that hard to get to that.
I was talking with Andrew and Brennan last night about men. It occurred to me that Andrew probably didn't change much when it came to women.
Come on, it's been 10 years. Do you think Andrew is still visiting the same place?
Andrew was setting his routines, and if I remember Langston correctly, this guy didn't miss a thing. Hiya, Langston.
I know you.
It's been a while.
301. Wednesday afternoons with Dr. Welton. Noisy afternoons, you always left smiling. Hey, you were a nurse at the hospital.
She was a doctor, okay? And now she's a federal coroner, so a little respect, okay? Rumpelstiltskin?
Coroner, huh? Somebody die?
Yeah, Langston.
I really don't watch movies on it since I got an 11-inch iPad that I do watch my movies on, but watching on this is fine. You'll get a lot of battery life if you're just watching movies, but why would you buy this for just movies? And that's on you. If you got the aokzoe, the aokzoe, and you wanted to upgrade it to this, it's not a real big jump. You're just basically buying it for the gimmick of detachable controllers. But that being said, I do like this purchase because of the detachable controllers and what the future got in store for it. Hopefully they don't just drop it and move on to the next one. Hopefully they make it better. Drop us Joy-Con Pros. I'm only calling them Joy-Cons as that's what they've been for the last how many years. Pro controllers, drop more Joy-Cons. You can get, I'm gonna get a different skin. You can get cases and all that stuff for it. Just the possibilities of the detachable controllers. Now I'm just rambling. But you guys tell me, if you got it, tell me, the people in the chat, your pros and cons, because I know people come through and they comment and they watch, and if there's anything I missed that you're having problems with or that I missed on the good side, you just let us know. We'll try them out, and I got more gameplay for you in the future, and I'm gonna put it head to head with the aokzoe so I can actually see what the performance is. So I can actually see which performs better. Maybe it blows aokzoe out of the water or it gets dumped on. But you guys know me. Let me know who you are by commenting down below. And as for me, I'm out. Roll the outro.